I've created a pretty amazing custom indicator that paints on your chart when a ticker is strong, when it's in sideways chop, and when it is weak. So in today's video, let's build a couple scanners that return us stocks based off of that study, whether strong or weak. Now, this is really easy to do. Just, is weak condition true? Is strong condition true? But stick around, because by the end of this video, we will add a couple secrets that make the scanner much, much stronger. My study paints the colors on the chart based off of the Bollinger Bands study, but not just by default the Bollinger Band. It's not just, are we above or are we below the Bollinger Bands? It's, are we above the lowest point out of the last X number of bars back of the upper band? Obviously, vice versa. Are we below the highest point of the X number of bars back on the red plots? These values can be changed very easily from within the study themselves. By default, they are set to 10, but once you have this study on your own chart, you can go in and adjust those values for what fits your trade system the best. Now let's go ahead and hop into the scan tab, where we can begin figuring out how we find the stocks that are either showing green or red according to our custom study. I have 3 stock filters already turned on my scanner. I just make sure that I see stocks that have existing prices, market caps, and volume. You'd be surprised how much crap is out there in the stock market with NA values for these 3 things. Obviously, we don't want to be trading that junk. This is just my way of kicking that out of our scan return. So next, let's go ahead and add another filter. This time, rather than a stock filter, we are going to add a study filter. If I click on the pencil of this filter, brings up our modal, which we can hop into the ThinkScript editor and begin to build out our custom condition. Is the current bar closing greater than the lowest value of the Bollinger Bands function, utilizing dot notation to reference the upper band? So are we greater than the lowest value of that upper line in the Bollinger Band study out of the last 10 bars? And remember how I showed you on the input parameters of the study that you could change that value? Obviously, once you get the study, you're going to do that. You're going to find what works best for your trade system. Then when you go to build this scanner, rather than putting 10 here, as I do by default, you will put in whatever value you find works best for you, right? But for now, I'm going to stick with my default 10. Run this scanner. Actually, while we're doing this, I'll go ahead and save it. I'll call it BB up. Sure, let's go ahead and save it. And if we hop over into our charts and we load in BB up, let me load in another scanner so that I can reload it. As I click through some of these stocks now, we should see, yes, ATHA got a huge influx of volume, huge move on the last trading day. I really had no idea this stock was moving. But if you had this scanner running, this would be brought to the forefront of your attention. Hey, what is this stock? Why is it so strong? Holy crap, can I trade this, right? GSAT, another one I haven't heard of, but hey, had hell of a trading day on the previous one. And hey, look, Amazon is on here as well. Of course, we have all heard of this one, but had a pretty fantastic last trading day. All of these right off of our scan results here. If you're wondering where you can access this study and these scanners, they will be available on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, along with over 70 other custom-coded strategies, scanners, and other indicators. And every single one of the codes comes with a share link that all you need to do is paste into your ThinkorSwim application to access the custom code. So check out daytradingstrategies.net. There'll be a link in the description below this video. All right, so now the moment you've been waiting for, the secret of this scanner. Rather than just knowing, hey, is the stock painting green or is the stock painting red, wouldn't it be more useful if you could sort your scan results by stocks that have been green for the longest or red for the longest. To do that, we are going to build a custom scan result column so that we can use that information to sort our results. In order to do that, I'm going to click on this little cog here to the right of my scan result headers, click in to customize. Now, what you are going to do from here, you're going to type in custom in your available items list. You're going to see something like custom 1 through 19. I'm a crazy person. I've already used all of my available custom columns. So what I'm going to do instead is just overwrite an already existing one. The way that you can create custom columns is by clicking on this scroll icon here. You'll notice how there's no lock on this scroll icon like there is on the default available items. That just means that these are editable. So clicking in and going into the ThinkScript editor, let's see if I can build this out first time without looking at anything else. It might be a miracle. We'll see if it can be done. So I'm going to go ahead and plot a variable named X. Name it whatever you want, of course. We are going to utilize an if conditional statement. Hear me out before I get into this. If what I'm about to say is very confusing, sounds like Chinese, you don't know anything about coding, you don't care to know anything about coding, great. Who cares? Just copy what I type down and you'll have the column. But I'm going to explain it for people out there that might be trying to learn how to code in ThinkScript too, right? So just stick with me through some of the technical jargon here and just copy what I write if you don't care. So I'm going to use conditional formatting of if. When you use an if statement, it is if an expression is true, then do this, else do this. Really, if, then, else. So if, and all we really need to type in here is the same condition that we used for our scanner. Is our close greater than the lowest Bollinger Bands value of the upper band, typing is hard, out of the last 10? If that is true, then I'm going to add 1 count to this variable. So then I'm going to take the value of the X variable of the last bar, and I'm going to add 1 to it. Else 0. Else set this variable equal to 0. So if we are closing above our lowest Bollinger Bands of the upper band value out of the last 10, then add 1 to X. Hold on. Wait. If I define this, check back. I have to define this as X, then call it in. It won't let me reference a plot like that for some reason. Then we can go ahead and plot Y, and set it equal to X. For some reason, you can't have a running count like that in a plot. It needs to be a separate declared variable. Honestly, ask me why. I could probably answer it, but you probably don't care. It's probably too technical. So let's go ahead and define X, run this whole same statement, and then we'll plot Y as X. Whatever. It's all the same stuff, just has to be written out in such a way. So if we go ahead now and run this column, if I sort it top down, wow, we have a stock on here apparently that has been showing green bars for the last 34 bars in a row. Honestly, I don't even know if I did this correctly. So let's go see if that's true. Has MCS been green for 34 bars in a row? It's certainly been a lot. If I draw this line out here, yep, you see it's painting 34 bars. You can see in this little box here, as I draw my diagonal arrow, that is indeed 34 straight bars of green in a row. And look at the power this now provides you with. Hey, not only just is the stock green? Is it above its Bollinger Band? Yay, yippee. Look at how damn long this stock has been strong. This thing is insane. I mean, it's up what? In the last couple of months, it is up over 95%. This stock is insanely strong. Definitely worth having on a scan watch list for future continuation, right? We have LPLA next on the list. How many days in a row did this say? 28 days, this thing says. If we go ahead and draw a line from here to here, yep. It is 28 straight bars of green. And then potentially, obviously, you can do the same thing for red bars. I'm now running my red bar scanner and I have flipped around our condition just like we did for the scanner and created a new custom column. We are now seeing a stock such as ILPT that has apparently been painting red bars for the last 24 bars consecutively. This thing is getting absolutely hammered. It has indeed been 24 consecutive bars. Seems this column is working as expected also. Like if you learned something, subscribe if you would like to learn more. Go check out daytradingstrategies.net in the description down below if you would like to access these codes and over 70 others. And go Vols.